Okay, guys, so here's one that one of the technicians are having trouble with a failed kit test that may make it easier instead of running the test. Honestly, in this one, I don't think the test should even have been ran to fail. So it's this job here, it's over in Lakeland Apartments, and you can see he's on a 50 meg profile. So with that having TV, we know it needs to be around 63 rates in order for it to be acceptable. This current one is on 17 megs, max of 23. So instantly you know it's going to fail on the fact that the speeds aren't where they need to be. More importantly than this, if you look over to see why you're not getting speeds, this theoretical dB loss, this plus 10 to 12 is where your attenuation should be. So if we round this, if this is 7, our attenuation is going to be between 17 and 19 to get our rates. This particular one's at 29.3, significantly above it, which is why the rates are low and the errors are building. So with this one, the technician's like, oh, maybe it's ports and blah, like a few other things on it. Attenuation is almost never going to be your port for it. Attenuation is the loss of signal over length, right? So meaning you're losing it over the length of the cable. Generally, it could be one side open. Maybe if you have dial tone on it, you're not having dial tone the whole way in your demarc at your suite, or copper or something on that lines for it. So the way to test this one would be to have your modem at the demarc, plug it in, and then just let it load, log in, and check your attenuation. If your attenuation is good, then you know it's going to be past you. Put it in the suite, log in, just check attenuation, and work it forward or back from there. So to know if these numbers are right, this one's saying 6, check the neighbor zones. So when you put this into eFulfillment, it's going to give us the access point, so 85608. As well as their address. So there's two things. You can go into the terminal, which is the access point, type it in here, and it's going to tell us that that access point has cable 2055, 876 through 950 through it. So in cable capacity, you could type this in as the range, and it would tell us all of these ones here, working or non-working, right? We happen to be on the 4th floor, so if you wanted something really specific, you can find this one. There's a working number on the 4th floor. Take that over into Insight, and then from Insight, pull up that customer, and let's see what they are. So that customer, again, still has the same 6.7, so rounding it up to 7, adding 10 to 12, knowing that he should be between 17 and 19, and it's exactly where his attenuation is, 18.4, giving this line a max of 81. So our first customer on here should also have a max of 81, but obviously they're sitting at 23 strictly because the attenuation is too high. So again, eFulfillment's a pretty good tool. When you type in your number, then click on your access point, it will tell you the range. Then type that range into cable capacity. On here, this will show you every working or non-working circuit on cable pair. So we're starting on cable 876, 877, all the way down to 950 and where they are. These ones are all dedicated in this demarc, so it's going to be all this building. And then, yeah, just pick anyone next to you, right? Anyone in this building would suffice, but if you wanted to be really specific on it, you could do the neighboring one on it and see what they are. You'll notice this one, if we even just go into, say, in theory, the first floor of a working one, 2594813, I could put that in here. His attenuation is probably going to be very, very similar. Oops. 259, I think it was 4413. 2594813. And just look at this one quickly. They should be around the same because you're not going to lose much between floors. But at least you can compare then of what you are versus your neighbors. And then even in the same demarc and the same PED to see if maybe the number is off, the theoretical dB number is off, and all the neighbors are at, say, 30, then you'd be like, okay, this is the range I'm supposed to be in. But if yours is at 30 and all the neighbors are at 15, 20, even 25, then you know there's some grooming that you could possibly do to get them at the same for the neighbors. Again, attenuation is just what happens with the loss of signal over length. Right? So TELUS knows when there's 600 feet of cable, this is what the loss should be. When there's 1,000 feet of cable, this is what the loss should be. So for yourselves, when you're going to the neighbors and you're sharing the same PED, your loss should always be roughly the same because you have the same length of cable feeding that pedestal. So this one loaded up, again, 102. And we'll just click on the details and see. Again, same thing, 6.7, so this guy should be between the 17 and 19. He's 17.5, right on the bottom floor. Hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions or how to find this stuff, but it's important to know that it exists and what you can compare your stats against to know truly if you are running the best line possible to that customer.